Hello everyone, this is the updated version of the Dicom2Mesh. So the update that we have implemented is that we have included a Dicom viewer so you can view the Dicom slice series before you convert them into a 3D model. So you have to select the folder that has the Dicom images that you want to convert into a 3D model. Hit accept, and that gives the program the path of the Dicom files. Then if you click on Dicom viewer, then you will have an additional window here that will give you access to your images, and you can move the slices up and down by using the mouse wheel. You can change the contrast. Then it gives you the slice number at the bottom left corner, and you can also zoom in or zoom out. Now if I go back to Blender, I have to close this. If I go back to Blender, I know which series I'm going to reconstruct in 3 dimensions. So again, I'm going to select the ISO value, which is 400 for bone, mesh reduction by 50%, remove small objects that are with a minimum number of vertices of a certain percentage of the object, with the most vertices are part of the result of this. So this is a little bit complex. So only objects with a minimum number of vertices of percent of the object will with the most vertices are part of the result. So that removes some artifact. And then I'm going to click on preview model, and you will have an additional window that will show on your taskbar or will pop up depending on your operating system, and that will have the 3D model. And here you see the 3D model of the elbow that I have reconstructed. If you maximize the window, you can see the detail of it. You can change your parameters. If you go back here, if you want more detail, so if, for example, if I go here and change this to 250, that will give me, or let's say 240, that will give me 250, let's say 250. That will give me more detail. So I click a preview model. The Dicom2Mesh will run in the background using the VDK library, and it will create the 3-dimensional model. Now this time I'm expecting to have a little bit more artifact because I have increased the detail by decreasing the ISO value. So here you see I have more detail and I have some artifact, and there you see a detailed model of the bone. This can be cleaned up in Blender, this artifact here, but this is a very good 3-dimensional model. So if I'm happy with this, I need to close this window, and then I click import model, and it takes it a minute, but it will import the 3-dimensional model in the scene of the Blender. It will be exactly the same model that you previewed before. And once it's in the Blender software, you can start your 3D planning process. It's crucial to have a computer that has enough calculating power to do all of this. So here you see the 3D model inserted. So there's some artifact here, and the way you can clean that is by going into edit mode, and you can select all of these vertices and press X on the keyboard and hit delete vertices. And it's going to take a minute for this to clean all of these extra vertices that we have here, which is artifact. So I don't want to do this here and take all of your time, but if you do this slowly, then you can clean up your model. So this is the updated version. So I have added a Dicom viewer so you can preview the Dicom series. And again, you can always use the Advanced Osteotomy Tools interface to do this process, and I'll show you how. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go Dicom2Mesh, and then this is the interface that you can use, but it has limited mesh processing options, and essentially you open up the Dicom folder, then you select where you're going to save it, and then you create a mesh. You export it in an STL file. Subsequently, you will have to import that STL file by clicking here and finding the file that you have created. For in this situation, this is a file that you have created, and if you hit import, it will import the file. So this is the updated version, and I hope that you will find it useful.